One of the most misunderstood forms of grief is the quiet heartbreak of outgrowing people who once shaped the world I lived in. Not because they're bad, but because I'm becoming someone my past relationships don't make space for anymore. But nobody warned me how heavy this is, how suffocating it feels when someone no longer matches the person I'm trying to become. It feels like I'm betraying an earlier version of myself. Sometimes you grow gradually. Other times you grow violently, through trauma, heartbreak, through nights where life punches the air out of your chest and still expects you to get up the next day. And the more you change, the more you notice who can no longer meet you where you are. And then comes the guilt. The guilt of choosing myself when people expect me to stay exactly the same. They want the old, familiar version of me that fit into their story comfortably. But I'm not here to shrink for anyone, I cannot apologize for wanting to heal. Why is choosing myself considered selfish when in reality it's survival? You don't lose people when you grow, you lose the illusion that they were growing with you. And yes, I also made the mistake of thinking that healing meant cutting people off like they never mattered. There's a better way. You can outgrow someone with grace instead of violence and set boundaries without hostility. Exit people the way you wish they had exited you, because life, in its own strange way, is long, and respect is a form of wisdom. So, say your goodbyes with clarity and gratitude when possible. There's power in leaving people with their dignity intact. And by clearing relationships that no longer align with you, you create room for the ones that will. But before those people arrive, there's this overwhelming sense of loneliness. And it's hard to accept that this emptiness is just solitude, a place where self-awareness grows, where you learn what you want, what you need, what you no longer tolerate. Most people rush through this phase, but it's the one that shapes who you will attract next. One of the strangest pains in life is grieving someone who's still living, scrolling past their pictures and milestones, knowing their life goes on without you in it. It's a real ambiguous grief without funerals or goodbyes, but it still needs to be felt. Walking away from a relationship that once felt like home doesn't erase what it meant, though. It simply means its purpose changed. You don't have to burn bridges to walk your own path. You're allowed to grow, even if that means walking further than some people are willing to go with you. Letting go is the beginning of self-respect. So if you're watching yourself drift away from people you once couldn't imagine living without, understand this. This is what rebirth feels like. Every step you take away from what no longer fits is a step towards the life that's been quietly waiting for you. And one day, you'll realize you didn't lose anything. You just stopped abandoning yourself.